Hey everyone, it is Fitz with the Daily Delivery. Hope you're doing well. I am quite good, just freshly back from the basketball game. Decided to do my daily delivery here in the studio today. And it was an interesting game. K-State wins 65-56 against a dreadful Colorado team, ending a 4-game losing streak. And it was the third game in a row that Kansas State has played without Coleman Hawkins. Today we're going to talk about the chances of him coming back. Will he, won't he, how's his injury, and all of that stuff. And we'll even hear from Jerome Tang. But first, I need to remind you that I know you're not subscribing to this YouTube channel. You know I'm talking about you because you're the one that's not subscribing. You. Just do it. You're making me cry. Look at that. I cried. I just had something in my eye. On with the DD. Coleman Hawkins has been out 3 games. And Jerome Tang was asked about his status by our Ryan Gilbert following the game, and he said some interesting things. Let's just put this up right now and let you hear that and then talk about it afterwards.
Coleman's working, man. I just tell you, like, this dude, he could shut it down and nobody would say anything about it. I mean, he's got a bright future ahead of him. I told him, I said, Coleman, I mean, I'd love for you to be on the floor, but your future is more important. But he's like rehabbing 24/7, like just constantly rehabbing and everything Luke is asking him to do and more. And so, I don't know when he'll be back, but I know he's working hard to be back as soon as he can.
That was interesting stuff. I'm glad to hear he's trying to come back. I don't think he should. Honestly, let's be honest, and Jerome Tang mentioned it. There's at minimum 3 games left in this season. Maybe they keep going. Maybe they do get to the NIT and he can play. But does Coleman Hawkins really want to play in the NIT after playing the NCAA tournament so often with Illinois? I don't know. And his goal, of course, is to get to the NBA. That's how he ended up at K-State. Everyone thought he would go into the NBA draft at Illinois. They gave away his spot on the roster, and boom, he drops out and decides to come back. And he's at K-State. Just a really gifted player, but kind of underperforming where I think he should be. We probably all realize at this point that Coleman Hawkins is not the leading scorer on this team. David Gasson is. Coleman Hawkins isn't the second leading scorer. Brendan Housen is. And then Doug McDaniel. Coleman Hawkins at 10.7 points a game is the 4th leading scorer on this team. And he could be a guy that averages a lot more than that. But he just isn't. And it's almost like he holds himself back. But when I talk about how well-rounded he is, he's second on the team in rebounding at 6.7. And he's second on the team in assists at 4.5. You got a 6'10" guy averaging almost 11 points, almost 7 rebounds, and 4.5 assists a game. That is incredible. He is one of the most just athletic and blessed players I've ever covered. But he's not even probably one of the top 10 players I've covered at Kansas State. I hope he does come back because I still feel like he's got more to prove. And if he can help this team go on another tear, I think that would really stand out about how he helped this team. But also, I wouldn't blame him for not coming back. A knee injury is a knee injury. And if it's been chronic, which I think it has been, he needs to get healthy. The next step after this is most certainly professional basketball, whether the NBA or in Europe or in the NBA Developmental League. We'll see. Will Coleman Hawkins play at Cincinnati on Wednesday? I doubt it. I would hope that maybe on that following Saturday against Iowa State, he would step on the court. Because if there's a game that K-State might need to win, that they really need Coleman Hawkins, it's that one. We'll see how it sorts itself out.